Hello everybody, welcome to Sensual Sense. I'm your host Al, and today we're going to be talking about a new pickup, a cheapie pickup, another cheapie pickup, Hooked Azure Pro Home. This is from the brand Rue Broca. This is supposed to be an interpretation of Razasi Hawas. Now the price between these two, this one now cost me 22 quid, this one now cost me 45 to 50, some places. So let's just get into how it smells in comparison. So, atomizer check, fat sprays, not so bad. It is what it is. Now, just for good measure, we'll also get a bit of Hawas. Oh, that's a much more powerful sprayer on that anyways. Okay. Right, and off the strips anyways, I can tell they're nearly identical. Fresh, aromatic Fougere fragrances. Off the strip now, they're nearly identical. This is nearly a one-to-one now, so it's kind of like a clone of a clone. We'll just go through a few notes for Hooked Azure Pro Home. Cardamom on the top, pear and lavender, peppermint, rosemary, cinnamon, amber, wormwood and vetiver. So yeah, I like the vetiver and the mint is what makes these fresh. Just out of comparison now, I'm just going to go and look at the notes for Hawas ice or Hawas. Okay, so the notes for Hawas for him are as follows: apple, bergamot, lemon, cinnamon. Watery notes: plum, orange, cardamom, ambergris, musk, patchouli, driftwood. So as you can see, the notes are quite different on both these fragrances, but they smell quite similar. What kind of a fragrance is this? This is a fresh summer aquatic fragrance. This also would be the kind of fragrance now that I could see somebody maybe in school or college wearing. The Hawas now does have good sustainability now during the day. It does last quite a while. The Hooked Azure, I have worn it and I've gotten about 6 hours out of it. It's probably a skin scent after about 1.5 or 2. But it's still quite a lovely scent. Like, it comes into a close scent bubble. Anybody who's close to you will smell it, and you'll smell it off yourself and all that. But as I say, 6 to maybe 7 hours longevity on the skin. The other thing I will say about them is both of them are quite good in the high heat. So if you're in a high heat situation, both of them would not be eaten up by the sun. And in the country where I am now, in Ireland, now they won't. Neither of them will perform that well. But I do find that Hawas will still perform good enough for me anyways. So yeah, so two fresh aquatic fragrances. It is definitely, they're definitely as close to a one-to-one now as I can tell now. I think it'll all come down to the performance, and in the performance the Hawas is better, but you're paying double the price. And Hooked Azure, I still think is a lovely fragrance. I think it's worth the money. I think it was 22 that I paid for it, and yeah, you know, it's going to do a job for somebody. Like, it is a young man's fragrance. I think that's why I say school, college, that kind of situation. You know, you're not going to be overclawing or overpowering any kind of a situation with that now. So, like, work environment, yeah, it'll work for a work environment too, so it would. You'll smell fresh, you'll smell like you're straight out of the shower. Like, so, in saying that, I know this kind of turned into a review for Hawas as well, but we just put that aside anyways. Yeah, this is a banger, and to be honest, anybody out there that's watching these videos, they've definitely heard of this. Like, I'd be shocked if you didn't hear about this. This was one of my first pickups, and this is my second bottle of it. So, as I say, I got this years ago, and yeah, it's out there. It's a staple for the kind of Invictus Aqua scent, and you know, it probably outperforms it in a way. I haven't had Invictus for maybe 4 or 5 years, like, so yeah, That's a banger. This, for what it is, a staple, kind of a 22 quid scent. It does exactly what it should and more. Okay. What would I give it out of 10? I would give this a 7 out of 10. As I say to you, performance is not great, but that's on my skin in the country that I'm in. I wouldn't expect it to be. What I expect this to be, it delivers. So, look, if you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe, for more videos like this. I'm your host, Al, and you've with Sensual Sense. Rue Broca out of here.